Hey guys, my name's Josh. In this video, we're going to be talking about Tomb Finance on the Fantom Opera network, what it is, how it works, and how you can start staking on it to earn some passive income. But before we jump in, please know this is not financial advice at all. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. With any of these protocols, there's a lot of risk involved. They're extremely volatile. So please do your own research. All right, with that said, let's jump in. I first came across Tomb Finance when I was doing some research, trying to figure out where the best place to stake my Fantom would be. I'm very bullish on Fantom. I really believe in the network. There's a ton of great talent, developers, and really cool applications coming out. It's extremely fast. Gas fees are ridiculously cheap, unlike many of the other ones out there. The more and more digging I've done into Fantom, the more I've realized how undervalued it is as an ecosystem. And that's when I came across Tomb Finance. And so if we go over here to their website, tomb.finance, you'll read at the very top, that's the first algorithmic stablecoin on Fantom Opera pegged to the price of one Fantom. So the idea is that they've created this token where if Fantom, say, was $2.50, that their token Tomb would also be $2.50. In theory, if the price of Fantom goes up to say $3, then Tomb should also in theory go up to $3. But what's crazy is usually with these algorithmic tokens, they're pegged to a stable coin, not to something that is increasing and decreasing in value. There is still risk involved. A while back, there was a lot of concern that this project wasn't gonna make it. Harry Ye actually stepped in and kind of took over, became part of the team. And if you don't know who he is, he's the managing director of Quantum FinTech Group. He's been highly successful in the crypto space and has really been supporting this project and supporting the Fantom Opera network as a whole and really believes in it. And so having somebody like him behind this project really just kind of gives me even more faith in what they're doing and where it's going. So with any of these though, I recommend you jump into the docs and read the white paper. There's tons of information here, tons of answers to questions that you might have and help you understand the mechanism of how this whole thing works. So I would recommend reading through that. Basically, they've got an underlying mechanism that dynamically adjusts Tomb's supply, pushing its price up or down relative to the price of Fantom. And so in order to keep that pegged, they've got mechanisms in place to either mint Tomb or burn Tomb. On this protocol, there's 3 tokens that help kind of make this thing happen. So you have Tomb, you've got Tomb shares, TShares, and you have TBonds. How this works is if you go over to the cemetery, you open up this Tomb Fantom liquidity pool, you can deposit these liquidity pool tokens, and in doing that, you will earn TShares. You can then take those TShares, go over to the masonry, stake your TShares, and in return, it's minting Tomb and giving you that reward. And then you can take your Tomb, you can sell it, take some profit, or you can use that to split it down the middle, create another LP token, and throw it back into the cemetery to then make more TShares. And then you see, you get the picture, it just goes on and on. So the APR on this right now is 122.62%, which is actually down a little bit from when I first jumped into this. And before that, it was even higher. But again, this is not APY, this is APR. So APR doesn't factor in auto compounding. So you can actually throw this into an APR, APY calculator and kind of figure out how does that convert to APY. So this is compounding monthly, but we can change this to weekly and we see that that APR is equal to 236% APY if we compound weekly. If you compound daily, it's a little bit more, not that much more. So I'm not compounding daily necessarily. Honestly, I'm doing it really every few days and mostly just to save on gas fees a little bit, because every time you claim this, you're gonna have to pay a gas fee and it's only a few cents, but it does kind of cut into your rewards a little bit. And as we just saw with this calculator, it's not that big of a difference from compounding daily to compounding weekly. I just claim it every few days. And then I take my TShares over to the masonry, stake those to earn more Tomb. And then I take my Tomb, put it back into a liquidity pool, throw that in the cemetery and stake it for more TShares. And then it just keeps going on. So how is Tomb keeping this peg with Fantom? One of the ways is with these TShares, when they stake them in the masonry, it's actually minting Tomb. However, when the TWAP is below 1, the masonry actually doesn't print Tomb because printing Tomb will just drive the price even further below peg. And so in order to get it back to peg, that's where TBonds come into play. And so they'll issue these T-bonds. You can go over to the pit. Currently it says Tomb is over the peg. So you can't buy T-bonds when Tomb's over the peg. But when it's below, say the peg was at 0.9 or 0.8, you can buy T-bonds using Tomb and it then burns that Tomb. And then when it jumps back up over the peg, you can redeem your T-bonds for Tomb. And so this has actually been a really successful project so far. You can look, I mean, there's 1.4 billion of value locked into this, which is crazy. All right, so how do we go about creating these liquidity pool tokens and start farming them to start earning some yields? Okay, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is get Fantom to your Metamask wallet. I live in the US, it's not exactly straightforward, but there's tons of different ways to do this. I'm just gonna show you the way that I do it. But basically, I'm gonna hop into Coinbase. I'm gonna buy AVAX, because AVAX has relatively low fees and is really quick to send. So if you happen to live outside of the US, great for you. You could probably buy Fantom on your own centralized exchange, and it's way easier. You can go ahead and skip to the next chapter, which that's another reason why I'm so excited about the Fantom Network, because it's not even on Coinbase right now. I feel like as soon as it hits Coinbase, it's just gonna explode. But what do I know? Okay, so now we need to get this AVAX that we just bought over to KuCoin, which KuCoin, if you don't know what that is, just another centralized exchange. It's non-US based. We've got tons of tokens. It's a really cool platform. They allow you to actually send Fantom over the Fantom Network. If you don't have an account, you can make one real quick. Doesn't take long. We can wait for you. Just kidding, we're not gonna wait, we're gonna go for it. So we're gonna send max amount of AVAX. Once you have your account created on KuCoin, you're gonna jump over here to main account, click on deposit. We wanna deposit AVAX, select AVAX. Why? Because that's the coin we're sending. But this is really important here. We wanna make sure that you click on change this network to Avalanche C chain. And honestly, if it's your first time sending to a wallet or an address, I usually send a small amount first, just to make sure I'm doing it right, make sure the money's gonna end up there, and just make sure there's not gonna be anything weird happening. Because I've heard horror stories of people losing a lot of money for one reason or another. So you will have to pay a little bit extra in gas fees for that extra transaction, but it's just a good idea to do sometimes. So my favorite way to do this, QR code, super easy, point it at the screen, done. Basically, dummy proof. Don't click anything else, that's it. Just make sure that the address is the same, which it is in this case. So I'm gonna click preview send. I'm sending, boom. This is actually gonna pop up in your main account. You got 2 accounts on KuCoin. Well, apparently you got way more than that. There's 2 accounts that I use on KuCoin, main account and trading account. Basically, we need to send this AVAX over to the trading account. We're gonna click on max right there. So now our AVAX is in our trading account. We wanna trade this for USDT. So we're gonna trade this for USDT tether and then trade that tether for Fantom. You can go through here and do a spot order. I'm not gonna do that right now, just because sometimes it takes the order a little while to fill, and if you're transferring a lot of money, it might be worth it, but in this case, I'm not going to. So click market, go over here and click 100% of your AVAX, you wanna sell it. And so we're gonna sell that at the best market price. You'll get a notification saying that it's gone through, and then we're gonna jump over here to our trading account once again, and we want to look up Fantom. So then you'll click on trade. These are all the different pairs that you can trade. We're trading for tether. So we're gonna grab tether and open this up. So same thing with this, I'm not gonna spot order, I'm just gonna do best market price, and we're buying Fantom. I wanna use all the USDT that I have. We're gonna click buy. All right, now we need to get that Fantom out of our trading account, send it over to the main account. Bada bing, bada boom. Looking good, looking good. All right, wow, are you kidding me? It's literally not letting me withdraw now. That's hilarious. This is a thing that KuCoin does every now and then, you know? I guess I should have checked this before we did this tutorial, but here we are, you know? Interesting, interesting, interesting. Let's give it a quick Command R, refresh. Yeah, same thing, refresh. That is kind of annoying. Wow. Wow, that was probably my 6th refresh in about 5 minutes, and thankfully this is gonna let me withdraw, I think, which is great. And that's actually a great point. Like, you can go into KuCoin and just check these different coins. Make sure like withdrawal isn't grayed out for any reason, because I've noticed that before. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna swap this guy for Fantom Opera. I copy this wallet address. We're gonna click Fantom is, sorry, this service is currently unavailable. This is hilarious. I'm not sending this over Ethereum. Look at the fee right there. 15 Fantom to set it over ERC20. No, thank you. All right, I'm gonna show you the other way, another way to do this. Again, there's tons of ways to do this. I'm gonna show you one that's like fairly straightforward. What we're gonna need to do is we're gonna have to hop back over to Coinbase. We're gonna jump into AVAX again. Let's do $25. Click buy now. And now, instead of sending it to our KuCoin wallet, we are gonna send this to Metamask. I would check KuCoin before, and if KuCoin if it's available for you to transfer out over the Fantom Network, then I would do it that way. And we're gonna click send, done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to traderjoexyz.com. We're gonna go to trade, and basically we wanna trade AVAX for MEM, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that MEM that's on Avalanche and we're gonna bridge it to Fantom, and then we're gonna take that and swap it for Fantom. So we are gonna go ahead and click max. We're gonna click swap. If you haven't connected your wallet to Trader Joe, you're gonna have to connect that first. Confirm. All right, you're gonna have to confirm it in your wallet. So we're gonna go ahead and close. And actually, what you can do is you can just Google MEM contract address, click on snowtrace.io, and you can copy this contract. If you don't already have MEM in your wallet, you can go to assets, import, and then import this address. You'll click add token and then click import. And now it's already actually showing that the transaction went through on Trader Joe. So now we want to head over to SpookySwap. And if you haven't connected to SpookySwap with your wallet before, you'll need to do that. Okay, so we're going to jump over to bridge, and we want to select Avalanche. The token we want to bridge is MEM. We're gonna click on max. If this is your first time doing this, you're gonna have to approve MEM first. There's a small transaction fee for that. And so now we can click on bridge, and then once again, it'll ask you to confirm. And what we can do while that's going is we can just go ahead and add the MEM contract address for Fantom. Should be good to go. Copy. We're gonna add it the same way that we added it on Avalanche, except now we're doing it on Fantom. So you'll select Fantom. We'll go to import. Okay, it actually looks like it's gone through. So we're gonna hop back over to SpookySwap. Now, if this is your first transaction on Fantom and you're not sending this from an exchange, you're actually gonna need to get Fantom to your wallet to now swap this MEM for Fantom. Okay, so in order to get that, you need to join the SpookySwap Discord, follow verification instructions. There's a faucet on there. They'll send you 0.2 Fantom. And after that, just make sure you just keep Fantom in your wallet for fees. Now we want to go from MEM to Fantom. All right, so we'll go ahead and click that. It shows we've got 20.969 in there, and we will go ahead and click approve MEM. So you got to approve this again if this is your first time using it. So now we can just go to swap, and we will swap. We'll confirm it in our wallet. Okay, so now we want to create our liquidity pool tokens. So we know we need Tomb and we need Fantom. We have Fantom, but now we need Tomb. We're going to stay here and swap, and now we're going to change this to Fantom, and then we're also going to type in Tomb. You can actually click this little plus button right here, and this will automatically add the token to your wallet, which is a really cool feature. So what we want to do is we want to do half. We want to make sure we're leaving enough in our wallet for gas fees. I've got 7.36 in there. I don't want exactly half of that, maybe like 2.5. Go ahead and click swap, confirm. Okay, so we're gonna hop over here to liquidity. We're gonna change this ingredient B to Tomb. We're gonna go ahead and click on max Tomb, and that's automatically going to add the required amount of Fantom. Okay, so first, again, we're gonna have to approve Tomb in the wallet. It's gone through, so we can go ahead and click supply, click confirm. While that's going, what you can do is actually go over here to the white paper, and you can search contracts and just click contracts and wallets. So you want to just scroll down here, and we want the Tomb Fantom LP. Copy this, and then we want to go over to Metamask. We want to go to import tokens, add custom token. All right, and then it's added, and it already shows we got 1.685 LP tokens. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our LP token over to the cemetery, and we're gonna click on Tomb Fantom LP. Again, gotta approve this. All right, so that's gone through. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and click the plus. It shows how much you've got in your wallet. So we'll click max, and then we'll click confirm. Here it is, it's showing we've got 1.68 tokens in there, about 14.27 at the current Fantom and Tomb prices. Okay, so now it's gonna start earning this 0.32% daily APR. The first time I staked in this, I staked $150, and it took quite a while for anything to show up here. It looked like nothing was happening, it just said 0 earned. And it actually was earning something, but it was just such a small amount that it just didn't show. So if you look at the TShare price, TShares are 18,356. So 0.000 one TShare is $1.83. So that's why it might not show up for you. But then once you have that, you can again take it over to the Masonry, take your TShare, stake it, and then you'll start earning Tomb and then can go back into it. So the next thing I want to talk about is Autocompounders. So if this feels like too much work to you, you'd rather just like set it and forget it. There's Autocompounders, which I honestly kind of like being able to just claim my rewards and restake it and all that. It's just kind of fun. There's two main ones that come up a lot. There's Reaper Farm and there's Beefy. You can go on here and then, you know, you can search on here Tomb. And so it'll show you the year yield is 212.687%. That is APY, that's not APR, because this is, again, is auto compounding. And how these auto compounders work is as they're earning those TShare rewards, they're selling them and buying Tomb in Fantom to make more liquidity pool tokens and compounding it back into this pool. A lot of people use these. I personally not. I enjoy, you know, going through the whole ecosystem of, you know, pulling tokens in the cemetery, taking my rewards, putting them in the Masonry. Just fun. So currently on Tomb Finance, I've kind of dollar cost averaged in about $1,800 over the last few weeks. And since then it's grown to about $2,200. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. And honestly, this is not a short-term play for me. Again, I'm bullish on the Fantom ecosystem. Anyways, guys, hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions or anything, please leave them down in the comments below. I'd love to connect with you there. If you did find it helpful, please consider liking, subscribing. I've got a lot more content planned out of future videos that are coming soon. That's it for this one. So goodbye.